Chosen one. Today was not an ordinary day. Something has changed. Today the energy shifted. The sky may have looked the same. The streets may have felt familiar. The clock ticked as usual. But something, deep within the divine fabric of your existence, was touched, stirred, and realigned. Today was not an ordinary day. Not in your life. Not in your timeline. Something has changed, and although you may not have seen it with your natural eyes just yet, your spirit has already felt it. What was once closed has begun to crack open. What was still has begun to stir. The heavens have leaned down and whispered something new into your atmosphere. And that, chosen one, is not something to take lightly. Stay with this video until the very end. What you're hearing is more than just inspiration. It's a signal, a divine alert, a wake-up call to your soul. And write your warmest wish in the comments, along with the number 777. By writing that wish, you're not just typing into the void. You are placing your energy into motion. You are setting divine forces into alignment. Wishes do come true, but they respond to action, to belief, and to the courageous step of speaking them into the universe. This is your chance, your window. Use it wisely. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. Back to today. Many people walked through this day unaware. Some were asleep spiritually. Others were distracted, buried in stress, noise, and false urgency. But you felt it, didn't you? A strange quiet in the storm. A pause in the routine. A moment where something invisible seemed to brush past your awareness. You may not have been able to put your finger on it, but your spirit knows when a line has been crossed, when a threshold has been passed. That's because your life just entered a new chapter. One that doesn't look like the previous ones. One that isn't going to follow the rules of what came before. You see, chosen one, the story of your life has divine authorship. And just as every great book turns the page into a plot twist, so too has your story turned today. Something shifted behind the scenes. You don't have to fully understand it. You just have to align with it. Let your spirit say yes. Let your heart accept the change. Let your mind catch up to the new reality forming around you. Today was a marker. A spiritual timestamp in your timeline. Heaven signed a document in your favor today. There are divine decrees that were released over your name. Prayers you forgot you prayed were answered without your awareness. And just because you didn't hear the trumpet sound doesn't mean the announcement didn't happen. It did, but it happened in the spirit. Quietly, deliberately, and very, very powerfully. Some days pass by and feel forgettable, but others, like today, become turning points, even when they seem ordinary on the surface. What changed today was not accidental. It was arranged, it was orchestrated, it was planned. The very fact that you're listening to this right now is confirmation. You didn't stumble here. You were brought here. And now you're being invited to step into the change, not with fear, but with confidence. You may feel like nothing happened. You may wonder why your life still looks the same. But that's the test. Can you believe in what's already changed before you see it manifest? That's where your true power lies. That's what sets you apart. You are not called to follow the crowd. You are called to feel the shift before the crowd even sees it. You are called to move in alignment with the invisible hand of destiny. And what has changed is not small. What shifted today is massive. It may not be loud in the natural realm, but in the spiritual dimension, trumpets have been blown. A new door has opened. Chains have fallen off of places you didn't even realize were binding you. People who were blocking your growth have been removed spiritually. the confusion, the delay, the resistance, it all weakened today. You may not feel lighter yet, but you are, because the weight has already been lifted. Today was a day of activation, not one that announces itself with a banner, but one that announces itself with signs. And if you pay attention, you'll see them. Maybe a random phone call brought unexpected news. Maybe a memory resurfaced for no reason. Maybe you noticed unusual peace in a situation that normally causes stress. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. They are signals that something divine has been set into motion. Don't be surprised if people start reacting to you differently after today. Don't be alarmed if things you once tolerated start to feel unbearable. When God shifts your season, your soul will no longer settle for the things it used to. The moment you were upgraded, your spirit stopped resonating with lower vibrations. What felt normal yesterday feels wrong today, because something holy touched your energy and rewrote the code of your life. From this day on, expect movement. Expect strange alignments. Expect divine nudges and new opportunities. Expect the unexpected. Your past has lost its grip. Your future is now within reach. And the present, this very moment, is charged with purpose. You're not the same person who woke up this morning. Even if you feel the same. Even if you're in the same place, with the same challenges. Inside you, something has awakened. You were marked today, elevated today, commissioned today. It's okay if people around you don't understand. They weren't chosen to. They didn't get the download. They didn't feel the shift. You did. That's why it matters. That's why you're here. That's why the change was given to you. You're no longer in the old frequency. The vibration that kept attracting delay, stress, and limitation has been left behind. Even your voice, your thoughts, your desires, they're being recalibrated now. Because the version of you that you were walking in before no longer matches the assignment you've just stepped into. The old you was good for survival. This new you were born for impact, for glory, for results. And let me tell you something else. Chosen one. What shifted today wasn't only for your benefit. It also sent a signal into the realm of opposition. Your enemies felt it too. Not with joy, but with panic. Because when God shifts your life, the very systems that were built to delay you begin to break. And those who thought they had time to hinder you suddenly realize their time is up. This is the beginning of a new kind of acceleration, a new kind of favor. You will notice things coming easier, people being drawn to your light, resources appearing with less effort, divine timing aligning with your steps. Why? Because when today shifted, heaven said, "Enough waiting." Your season of preparation met its completion today. Your season of walking blindly is over. Now, you will walk boldly, with clarity, with a knowing. Keep your eyes open. Don't try to figure it all out. Trust the unfolding. You are not required to understand every detail, only to keep walking forward. Today's shift will explain itself. It will reveal its purpose, piece by piece. But for now, your job is to believe, to respond with faith, to honor the change. You've crossed into a spiritual alignment that only a few get to experience consciously. And once you do, there's no going back. Your eyes are open now, your ears are sharper, your spirit is more sensitive. You will notice what others miss. You will sense what others ignore. You've been pulled into purpose. No more floating. No more wandering. No more wondering if it's real. It is. And it started today. You didn't need a sign in the sky. The sign was inside you. That subtle moment, that still voice, that holy hush in your soul. It was confirmation. Today, you became someone new, and tomorrow, the world will begin to adjust to the change they can't explain in you. But you'll know, you'll feel it, and you'll remember this truth. Today was not ordinary. Chosen one, everything about today carried a divine fingerprint. You might not have seen the signs written in fire across the sky, but the shift was written into your spiritual blueprint. You didn't just live another day, you stepped into a divine revision of your reality. God did not wait for your approval. He didn't need to notify your surroundings. He moved. And because he moved, your world is realigning. Now comes the moment where most people feel confused. They say, if something changed, why do I still feel resistance? Why am I not seeing results yet? But let me reassure you, resistance after a shift is not a sign of failure. It's a sign of progress. It means that what was once settled in place is now being shaken. The enemy is scrambling. The old timelines are collapsing. The illusions are being stripped away. Yes, it may feel disorienting, but disorientation is often a sign that you're no longer living by the map of your past. Something has disrupted the familiar, and that something is divine intervention. You have to understand, there are days when destiny comes dressed in silence. No grand announcement, no flashing light, just a knowing. Just a calm certainty that something beneath the surface has permanently altered. And that's what happened today. You were handed new authority. You were given new access. And the door that was previously invisible is about to reveal itself. Chosen one, don't go back to the old routine after this. Don't make the mistake of calling today just another day. That would be like stepping into a royal inheritance and acting like a beggar. That would be like receiving keys to a palace and still knocking on locked doors. You must upgrade your awareness. You must let your inner posture match the reality that just arrived. This is not the moment to be passive. This is the moment to lean in. You may not have felt fireworks, but spiritually, there was ignition. A sacred spark caught fire today. And from here on out, things are going to move fast. Fast doesn't always mean flashy, but it means there will be acceleration in divine timing. Expect to be in the right place at the right time. Expect emails, messages, encounters, and opportunities that seem random, but are actually written into your divine alignment. You were prepared for this day, even before you knew to expect it. Your patience, your struggles, your unseen efforts, they built the foundation. And now, the structure begins to rise. You might say, but I'm not ready. And yet, the universe disagrees. God disagrees. Because when you are chosen, readiness doesn't come from perfect circumstances. It comes from obedience. And chosen one, your obedience has created this open portal. You're going to start noticing that old patterns simply won't work anymore. Old ways of thinking will fall apart. Habits that used to comfort you may now feel empty. That's not a loss. That's growth. That's proof that something new is forming inside you. You've been spiritually upgraded, and the version of you that existed before today no longer fits where you're going. The transition is happening now, cell by cell, thought by thought, moment by moment. Today is the turning point between preparation and presentation. Heaven has decided that you're ready to be seen, not for ego, not for popularity, but for purpose. You've been hidden for long enough. Now, your life will begin to reveal its deeper mission, not only to you, but to others. People who overlooked you before will suddenly feel pulled to you. Environments that once rejected you will now feel magnetized by your presence. This is divine favor. And it started The moment today shifted. It is crucial now that you guard your energy, that you remain intentional. Not everything deserves your reaction. Not every battle needs your sword. The change that happened today didn't come with noise, it came with power. Quiet, sacred, irreversible power. And if you want to stay in alignment with it, you must remain centered. Don't look for external validation. Trust the internal confirmation. You know what happened. You felt it. That's enough. This is not the time to be casual with your calling. This is not the season to entertain distractions. You are walking in a moment that was designed for you long before you arrived here. And that means your choices now carry more weight. Your words now carry more fire. Your actions now echo in realms beyond this one. Chosen one, this is your spiritual amplification. You were soft-spoken before, but now your spirit is loud in heaven. Your presence is noted in places you've never entered physically. And that's because today, your name was spoken in high places. Do you understand how powerful that is? When heaven speaks your name, earth responds. Obstacles move, people shift, circumstances bend. You don't have to force it. You don't have to prove anything. You only have to walk boldly. And when fear comes knocking, because it will, you remind yourself, I didn't choose this day. This day chose me. That's how you anchor yourself when doubt tries to creep in. Yes, you may feel a little strange right now. That's okay. It's the feeling of outgrowing the old timeline. It's the tension of stepping into your future while your environment tries to hold you back. But take heart. Even your surroundings are being rearranged. What doesn't match your frequency anymore will naturally fall away. You won't have to force people to leave. You won't have to beg for support. What is meant for you will rise up to meet you now. And what is not meant for you will get uncomfortable in your presence. That's the consequence of walking in truth. It disrupts falsehood. Your new energy will begin to expose the lies, the delays, the distractions. And that's a good thing, because clarity is coming, vision is sharpening, and your steps are becoming more divine. From this moment on, you're going to feel more, know more, sense more. It may overwhelm you at times, but you were built for this. You were wired to carry the weight of revelation. You were formed to withstand spiritual pressure. You were not picked randomly. You were prepared strategically. What changed today didn't just affect you. It also activated people connected to your mission. You'll start hearing from people who were previously distant. You'll notice that the right voices are being drawn to your frequency. Why? Because your energy just became louder in the realm of purpose. And now the pieces are moving. The puzzle is assembling. The connections are realigning. Remember this: what you do next matters. Today brought change, but your response will determine how much of that change you activate. Don't return to small thinking. Don't shrink back. Don't silence your voice out of fear that you'll be misunderstood. You're not here to be understood by everyone. You're here to be effective. And effectiveness begins with obedience. This new version of you is walking in boldness, not arrogance, not ego, but divine confidence. The kind that says, even if I can't explain it, I trust it. The kind that walks into rooms knowing you belong there, even if nobody claps. The kind that faces uncertainty without flinching, because you know who sent you. The power of today's shift will continue to unfold in layers. Don't rush it. Don't demand instant answers. Trust the pace of divine alignment. What is yours is being shaped right now. What is meant to find you is already en route. Your name is circulating in the conversations you've never heard. Your image is being shown to people you've never met. This is the supernatural side of favor, and it was triggered by today's spiritual decision. You didn't have to do anything extra to earn this moment, but you must now protect it, nurture it, guard it with spiritual wisdom. There will be tests, small distractions disguised as opportunities. Stay focused. There will be whispers, doubt disguised as logic. Stay anchored. There will be pressure, urgency disguised as purpose. Stay grounded. Your only task now is to remain in alignment. The shift already happened. The seed is already planted. The heavens are already backing you. All that's left is the walk. And you, chosen one, are walking straight into destiny. Chosen one, today was a divine intersection. A place in time where two paths, the one you've been walking and the one you were always meant to walk, merged. And whether you consciously felt it or not, your soul knew exactly what was happening. It stood still for a second. It paused in quiet agreement. Because your higher self recognized the moment. This wasn't ordinary. This wasn't random. This was marked, calculated, holy. And here's the beauty in it. This shift didn't ask for permission. It was destined. Nothing and no one could have stopped it. Not the people who underestimated you, not the circumstances that tried to crush you, not even the moments you doubted yourself. The shift that happened today overpowered them all. It was set in motion by something bigger than fear, bigger than timing, bigger than resistance. It was a release, and you were the reason. You are now walking in territory that your prayers built, but your feet haven't yet touched. Spiritually, you've already moved. Now, your physical life will begin catching up. Some things that took years will now begin happening in days. Some things that felt far away will suddenly feel within reach. Why? Because what was once locked has been unlocked. What was once delayed has been cleared. What was once hidden is now revealed. That's why things may begin to feel surreal, as if you're watching your own life move without knowing how. That's because divine timing has now taken the wheel.